I am Angelia Stone. I am the CEO of Hope Magazine. Good evening and happy Tuesday. And you know what today is? It is our Hope Chat Live. And I am so glad you gems have joined us or joined me this evening. So welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Angelia Stone, and I am the CEO and the visionary for Hope Magazine, LLC. I am so happy that you decided to join me this evening for this amazing show that we have lined out of somebody that I just cannot wait for you to meet, and I can't wait to introduce you. You know, each week we try to strike with our new show. Is our goal to be able to provide women such as yourself, and with men with influence and expertise. So this is what we have, and that you can plan on and anticipate each week. As we prepare for the show, I want you to take a moment and like, tag, and share and repost. If you haven't had a chance, if you're like me, you're just getting in from the day, work and everything. So if you get it, probably even preparing dinner, but if you get a chance, share this, like this, tell everybody, because this is going to be a great. And if you're in our private group, invite your sister girls to join us right here and right now. We want to let everyone know and talk about our guests for tonight, because I'm telling you, this is really good. And I'm really excited, like I said, because we're talking about something that's real important to me is skin. So skincare. We're excited to have joining our show tonight is Dr. Faith Robertson. Dr. Faith is a retired oral and maxillofacial surgeon who left private practice after 20 years to pursue her other passions in life. She is a life transformational coach, author, educator, mindset coach, and chaplain. She is equally as passionate about making women feel beautiful on the outside as well as empowered on the inside. If you don't follow Dr. Faith on social media, you need to, because you'll definitely know that that is true. Dr. Faith is a licensed esthetician, makeup artist, brow specialist, and the owner of Truth by Dr. Faith, her luxury medical grade skin line. Her weekly motivational platform, Mindset Monday, is changing lives across the globe. Her latest endeavor is the launching of Dr. Faith Academy and Elevation Now Women Empowerment Program, which is aimed at helping women find their voices by overcoming fear, self doubt, and limiting beliefs. She is a wife of 23 years to her childhood crush, and greatest supporter and mother of two beautiful children. Dr. Faith is an agent of change, a prophetic voice, and a messenger of hope and encouragement. She lives by the creed, don't just make a living, make a difference. We're going to take a quick commercial break as we bring our guests into the studio. If you haven't already done so, please take a moment, as I said, share, tag, tell women, your sister friends, everyone in your special groups that desires and that you feel like needs to be inspired. This is the show that they don't want to miss. So see you in a minute. Hi.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm sitting up here grinning so big. I'm so excited to be
You
here.
know what's so amazing is, remember maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I tried this. We were going to do a show and all that good stuff. And I tell you, that's being out front is just like not my thing. That's just, I just don't like it. I do it because, and I really need to do it more often. But I remember at that space, I was like, okay, I need to really come out front. I want to bring some women together. And here we are 4 years later, and look at us. I'm finally stepped out to do the Hope Chat Live. And one of the persons that was on my top agenda that I said I wanted to chat with was Dr. Faith Robertson. So thank you so
Oh,
much for joining me tonight and being on the show, Dr. Faith.
well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank
This
you.
was a long time coming, and you did it.
I did it.
You
I did it.
did
I
it.
did
You
it.
did it. So kudos to you for stepping out there. Are we here?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm having. Can you hear me? Okay, there we are. There we
I
are.
can. It is storming here so bad. So I was just like, okay, internet, just stay okay. Just for this hour.
Well, we're gonna get through. We're gonna be all right. But again, thank you so much. And when I was sitting here going over my notes and thing, it says your bio tells me that you're retired. I'm like, retired where? If you retired and I don't know why I have all, I mean, I see you throughout the day, then I mean you out there.
Yeah. That retirement thing is overrated.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. So tell us tonight what drives you and keep you moving and motivated, Dr. Faye. You just, again, like I said, if you follow you on social media, it's just like, and then they said retire, like retire where? But so share with us a little bit about what motivates you.
I'm so blessed to be living in my next, because as you said, I did retire from private practice after 20 years. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've just kind of elevated to another passion, which I'm so excited to do that. And I think the thing that drives me is the thing that most people fear, and that's the fear of the unknown.
Wow.
I'm enjoying the journey. I feel like I am still becoming, I'm still evolving, I'm still learning and producing and creating. So that's what drives me. That's what drives me. Like I wake up in the morning and say, "Okay, Lord, what are we doing today? What are we doing today?" Because I don't really have to quote unquote clock in anywhere anymore. So every day is an adventure. Every day is an
Wow.
adventure. Never a dull moment around here. That's for sure.
And and it's always so good to be able to have a conversation with women just to actually know, because we see each other on social media and everything, but a lot of times we see, but we don't know really what everyone's backstory is and everything. And I used to always see you so beautiful. I was like, well, this really makes sense now because of what you did for the last 20 years in private practice. So tell us, you retired as an oral, pardon me,
Mhm.
maxillofacial surgeon,
Mhm.
and it says with over 20 years of private practice. Share with us what that is and how and why you chose this career.
Oral and maxillofacial surgery, it is a specialty of dentistry. So I started out going to dental school, but that's not what I wanted to do when I was younger. I wanted to go into cosmetology like my mother. I
Oh
grew
wow!
up around makeup and hair, and she taught me how to do eyebrows when I was 12. So I
Wow!
wanted to follow in her footsteps, but she suggested that I follow in my brother's footsteps and go to dental school. I loved it, but surgery loved me. It chose me. I didn't choose this career. It was
Yeah.
just something. Yes, yes. I just connected with the surgery department, with all of the instructors. But 20 years ago, it was unheard of for a Black female to pursue oral and maxillofacial surgery.
Right.
There was no mentor for me to follow behind. There was one in the state of Texas. One.
Wow.
So my instructor said, now, if you will pursue this, I will help you and we will get you into a residency program. And I
Wow.
was actually the first from Baylor College of Dentistry to pursue oral and maxillofacial surgery. They did this big hoopla and all of that, but it just kind of opened the door for other brown skinned girls that were interested in this field to see us out there and doing it. So that's how I ended
Wow.
up in oral surgery. Absolutely.
That's amazing. That when I tell you that's a blessing and that's amazing because when I was talking and reading, I'm like, okay, I know I have never seen anybody, a person of color, a female too, to be
Mhm.
able to do that. So I
Mhm.
thank you so much for being, that's being fabulous who you are to be able to, to create those groundbreaking opportunities and
Oh,
everything.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that
I
is.
was honored to do it. I was honored to do it. So when I see more coming out of dental school and pursuing oral surgery, I'm just like, yes, 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 definitely, definitely. So I love it.
That's not everybody's favorite place to be is oral surgery. It's just
I
like,
know.
It's like, oh, I got to go to even just going to the dentist is like, oh, okay.
Yes, and then they said you got to go see the oral surgeon. So yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. It was. I wasn't very liked in that particular instance as far as having to do surgery on you. Sorry, then I'm gonna give you a bill for it.
I
Yeah,
know, yeah, it's not, yeah, that's always what of course, not what insurance likes to pay for it.
mhm. Exactly, exactly, exactly.
Oh, wow. So you are now a life transformational coach and chaplain. How has your 20-year career prepared you for this season and of your life?
I absolutely love that question because I didn't understand it when it was all happening.
Mm-hmm.
I have been what I call bootleg coaching for years. I was coaching when I was in practice. I was praying over people when I was in practice. I was writing, I was speaking. And a lot of times we think that where we are in life in our career, because it works and we're good at it and we're making money, that this is our it. Well,
Right, right.
sometimes that is your holding pattern right in that space so that God can prepare you for your next. So I
Mhm.
didn't know it, but that oral surgery career that I had, that was so that God could sustain me and
Mhm.
then train me for my next. So all of the stuff that I'm doing now, I was doing when I was in practice. So when he
Wow,
saw that I was comfortable with it, that's when he said go. He said go. I didn't say go. He said go.
that's awesome. I mean,
Yes.
that's him too. You know, you sometimes you think, oh, I'm doing this, and I've been going at it for so many years, and then it's like, oh, okay, I see. It all fits together. It all
Mhm.
does. And then even when you saying that your mom was a cosmetologist, right?
Yes.
Wow. And then here you are. That's like one of my next questions is you're a licensed esthetician,
Mhm.
makeup artist, because you're looking all fabulous. Like I was
Oh,
sharing
thank
before
you.
we came on. I was like, I should have flew into Dallas so you can get me together.
Next time we're gonna be live, we'll
That's
do it
right. We're gonna
together.
be
Yes,
together.
yes, we're gonna be together in the same space. Yes, we
You're
will.
you're a brow specialist and the owner of a medical grade skincare line. But before I ask the question, in your opinion, what defines a woman's beauty? I want to kind of have like a little sidebar is to talk about something that's dear to me, and this is you know, I'm in the Midwest, and the cold is very brutal on our skin, my skin. And so I'm like, what? People ask me, oh, Angie, what's your skincare regimen? I'm like, I don't have that, just a little Vaseline. So before we go into that, or you could talk about a little bit, but I want to get some of your skincare tips or what to do with dry skin.
And you are not by yourself with this season, with the cold air, and then we're
Mhm,
inside with the heat, lack of
mhm,
humidity, and coming off the holidays. A lot of times we were celebrating and drinking and just having fun.
mhm.
We're all dehydrated. Yes, and
Wow.
there's no humidity in the air, so everybody's skin is dry right about now. So usually this time of the year is when you want to really concentrate on sleeping in a night cream, something
Oh,
that's going
wow.
to hydrate your skin. Serums are really important this time of the year. That's like putting a multivitamin on your face. So if it
Okay.
has what's called humectants in it, that's actually going to draw moisture to your skin, those are important this time of the year. And then there's a little hack if you just, have something around the house, Aquaphor. Aquaphor is
Oh.
great in healing dry skin. So when my skin is just really feeling dry just from the weather, I'll just lather on some Aquaphor, kind of walk around the house all day just shining, but it's really good in healing dry skin. It really is. And then of course you wash it off and you continue with your regular regimen. So that's just a little hack that you can do. That doesn't cost you much of anything.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So see, you're gonna have me if we have this snow day like we planning to have all this snow coming in, I'm gonna be shopping
Mhm, mhm.
with you and then all other places buying beauty products, skincare
Absolutely.
products.
Absolutely. So yes, I have some great products that'll help with that dry skin. Especially I have a vitamin C that's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. So we can talk more about products later, but yeah,
Yes,
I
yes.
got some stuff for you.
Okay. So what defines a woman's beauty to you?
Oh, wow. Well, I love doing the external. I love it. That's ministry. I
Mhm,
love doing makeup and brows, and I just love seeing a woman just start glowing right before my eyes. But
mhm,
that's all external. It's the internal stuff that makes a woman beautiful, in my opinion.
mhm.
Her
I agree.
spirit, her personality, her kindness, her
Mhm,
heart for other people. And you know how some people are just a light? They walk in the room and it's almost like they have an aura around them. That's
mhm.
beautiful to me. And when people can see the God in you before they even see you,
Right.
that's what beauty is. So the external stuff, that just adds and kind of accessorizes it. So yeah, yeah, beauty comes from the inside, most definitely. Because I can put makeup on a gorilla, but that doesn't make him a beautiful person. So beauty definitely comes from the inside.
That's beautiful. I
It is.
love that. And it's true. And I believe that. You can, if you can have, you can just be all made up and, I often, I think it's just, of course, my character and nature is just that that's one of my superpowers, as I said, is being kind.
Mhm.
And, but I'm really, as I've aged, I'm really happy about that. It doesn't matter what I look like or, how I'm fixed up, because when you pull all the lashes and everything else, it's like, who am I,
Exactly.
and I'm happy of who I am if you pull all the layers back, and I think that's what we should really focus on, is like, who are we? We should ask our question, who are we, so
Absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And having that confidence is probably one of the most sexiest attributes that a woman can have, where you can have on no makeup, a baseball cap, and a t-shirt, and you still feel just as gorgeous as ever.
Mhm.
So yeah, confidence, definitely, definitely.
And it took me, when I remember, just going through the different things that I had experienced, and that's part of my hope journey, is the really how God had to heal me, how he began to heal me of low self-esteem, having confidence issues and everything. But I tell you what, it's just something when you start being able to embrace who you really are, and how you allow him just to start shaping and molding you. And
Mhm.
then you realize how beautiful you are. It's just transformational things is just amazing to me. I just love transformation.
Yeah, me too. That's why I call myself a transformational coach, because not, I mean, everything that you're talking about is in my program, where
Mhm,
we start with the mindset and everything, and looking at the woman in the mirror and taking off
mhm,
everything and digging deep and uncovering all that stuff so that that beauty can shine through. Yes,
mhm.
then you become confident and you can go out and conquer the world. Most
Right,
definitely.
right.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that was part of what allowed me to even to start coming forward and to actually begin to bloom, is because when you start moving beyond the shame and the healing, it seemed like, I didn't know why I was doing Hope, why I started the magazine, other than just to bring women together. But in all actuality, Dr. Faith, I needed a network. I needed to be among women, and I didn't know how to do it because I was in a low place. I was in a certain mindset.
Hmm.
I was in an impoverished mindset. I was in a mindset of lack, in a space of lack, and literally had to figure out everything, okay, and to know that there's hope for me, and if I knew that there was hope for me, there was hope for other women. And then let me just start bringing women along with me so that they can get and have experience of that hope as well.
Hmm.
And once that become, once I begin to um allow those things, meet different women, and and just allow women to pour into me, then again, that's when the transformation and everything started to happen. So
And people get blessed by your journey. They get blessed
hmm,
by your transparency, because a
exactly.
lot of times as women we suffer in silence because we think we're the only ones dealing with this, and no
Hmm,
one would understand. But when you can tell your sister, "Look, I've been there. I've
hmm,
done that. And this is how I got over that hurdle. This is what worked for me, and I'll walk this out with you." That's
hmm.
what we need more of.
I think
When you
so.
come up, you pull your sister up as well.
Exactly. I
Mhm.
think that we definitely need more of that. You definitely can't go wrong with having more, being vulnerable and just being transparent. It really helps out. So yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
I agree. How does your passion for skincare and beauty join in your life transformational coaching and chaplaincy?
Oh wow. Like I said, when God was telling me, okay, go get this certification, go get this certification. Like I said, I didn't really understand it, but now I do because I can take each ingredient and incorporate it into this program and work on my sisters from the inside out, outside in, so that when they finish, they are whole, they are complete, they are healed, they feel beautiful, they have confidence. So it all came together in this one package. And when he said, go get my daughters, now it's making sense to me. This is what he wanted me to do. So I am confident. When I wake up every day, I am living the reason that I was created. It took
Yes.
all this time for it to come to fruition. And that's what gets me so excited that, I no longer am looking for my purpose and why was I created. I know that
You know, you gotta
I
know.
know this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yes.
And that's what drives me. That's what drives me. So every day, as layers are coming off and I'm learning more, and different people like yourself are reaching out to me, and that's just God opening another door so that I could touch
Mhm.
another life and touch another woman and make this thing happen for everybody. So I'm excited. I'm excited. So it all comes together. It all comes together because in the program we hit mindset. We talk about prayer and we pray, and everything is supported by a scripture. So that's
Mhm.
where the spiritual side comes in it. Then there's some practical application. So it's full circle. It is absolutely full circle.
Oh, I think that's wonderful. Now, is that in a program? You said you have a program for that?
That's my one-on-one coaching program.
One-on-one coaching. Okay, we'll talk about that more too.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's amazing. It's interesting. This next question we were just talking in one of our team building meetings is because we have the older group of women like me and like I have my interns that like I said we your mamas and all that sort of thing.
Mhm.
But some of the things we was talking about is like they were talking about something, and there's me and another one of the team member. We was like, okay, we went right over our head, and I said, well, no, we need to talk about some beauty things where I have like we need to talk about unnecessary facial hair, and how to get rid of two pieces. Like I have this one gray hair that comes back all the time that I
Oh, you only
cannot.
have one.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
okay.
really it's two. It's two. And I'm just like, ah. And then I always tell my son, Jordan, you gotta help me come and get this hair. And then he's like, and then he just always reminds me that it's gray. I'm like, okay, well, you don't have to tell me that it's
You didn't
gray.
know I asked you what color it was.
Nobody asked. Nobody asked. As a brand that focuses on beauty, lifestyle, wellness, what are some of the most important things women approaching 35 and me 55 years of, in that 50 age group? Yeah. What should we focus on? I mean, we still, like somebody said, we still got it too. I was like, yeah, we do.
Hmm. I wish that I knew 20 years ago what I know today.
Hmm.
Because you think 35 is too young to start anti-aging regimen and all of that, but it's not. It's not. We
Hmm.
start losing collagen in our late 20s. So
Hmm.
we don't think about that. So if you could just start incorporating just maybe a serum into your regimen and the
Hmm.
younger you are, when you get to be my age, you don't need as much help. You don't need as much help. And I understand hormones. I had a severe hormonal breakout. And that's one of the reasons I even started Truth, because I had two horrendous battles with adult onset acne. And it was
Oh, wow.
bad. Oh, yes. And I was going back and forth to the dermatologists and estheticians and getting injections in my face and all of that. And I knew there had to be a better way. So that is why I went back to school, because I said, I got to study this from a cellular level so that I can come up with something that's going to help women overcome some of the things that I went through and save them thousands and thousands of dollars and painful injections and all of that. So, like I said, I wish I had known early on the things that I know now, even treating our neck. We don't think
Yeah.
about that, moisturizing your neck and
Right.
moisturizing the tops of your hands, because that's where age starts to show up. So I'm an advocate
Right.
for anti-aging, because I always say you can age gracefully or you can just age. So which one you gonna do? So let's age
Right.
gracefully.
Right.
Let's
Right. I never did think of it. Now, like well, I never did think about that.
yes,
And of
yes.
course, I can speak for myself. I don't know anybody else out there, but we were when even with I was just taught, oh, don't worry about this body, and it's going to go back to the dust and things like that. So that was just a mindset of people that how I grew up. And that is like, oh, don't worry about, we're just gonna, but nobody was talking about loving on your skin, and just taking care of yourself.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
just depends on where you come from. It's just the mindset
It's
thing.
just the mindset is then that's where we have to start. Because I mean, that's your business card to the world. When you walk
Hmm.
in a room, that is your covering. That's you. That's the largest organ on your body, and
Hmm.
sometimes the most neglected.
It
We
is.
don't think about it. We don't think about it. But I want to educate people in the importance of taking care of your skin, drinking water, getting your rest, all of that. It all plays a part. It all plays a part.
And that's one of the things that's very important. And it's interesting because I like to people watch. But one of the things that I absolutely love the most is when I run into someone or I look at someone's skin. That's the first thing when I see you, I say, oh, look at Dr. Faith's skin. You can just tell. And that's always something that, certain things that I notice about a person is their skin
Mhm.
and just how it glows, and just, and I don't know, it's probably a little weird, but that's just what I
No,
notice about
no,
things.
no, that's
Because
100% normal.
it is, I really like that, is that there's so much, like you said, drinking water. And I had a battle last year. I had my one thyroid removed over 20 some years ago. Never been on any thyroid medication. And so last year in the May, my other thyroid started acting up. And so my body just and then premenopausal. So it's just like from
Mhm,
that time to now, it's just like, what in the world,
mhm, mhm,
And so my hair, and you could just tell. And so it's so important to be, that I want to be educated and learn more what I can do on my end to
mhm,
help my skin, and to
mhm,
help, because that's what I feel like I'm just like this feel like I'm just extra dry, and I know it's because of all the imbalancing and all that good stuff. So
mhm.
um yeah, so it's important to drink the water, have enough fluid, and all that good stuff.
And
So
another thing that we weren't taught is sun protection.
yep, that's true.
And we
Yeah.
need to be wearing it every day. I mean, I don't leave the house. I don't care if it's cloudy, raining, without sun protection. I mean, the
Mhm.
sun is the number one extrinsic cause of aging. The
Right.
dark spots and the wrinkles and the fine lines, all coming from UV radiation. So, yeah, we need to protect our skin, and we're not doing that. So, again, I just want to educate people. And I have a great sun protection factor, one for normal skin, one for dry skin. So, I have the products. And like I said, this is just an educational type product line that I have, because I want to teach you, because an educated consumer can make better choices. And it's
That's
all
true.
about a lifestyle change. It's all about investing in yourself.
Wow. That's true.
Hmm.
That is so true. Many women in that 35 to 55-year-old age group are approaching the M word, menopause. And they sometimes begin to doubt themselves, feel as though they have passed their best days. How can we experience and understand that our best days are still ahead of us?
Oh wow. Because I'm right there. I'm right there at that 55, and I truly feel like my best days are in front of
I
me.
think so.
Absolutely. When you're in your 30s, you're still trying to figure out life. You're trying to figure out some of the mistakes you made in your 20s. What was I
Right.
thinking? And then when you're in your 40s, you're like, okay, let me get some things together because I'm approaching 50. You know,
Uh,
you gotta have, and you're trying to get used to this new body because now certain things are aching that wasn't aching
oh
before.
my girl, tell me about
But it's like
it.
when you hit 50, it's like there's a new freedom. There's a new
Uh-huh.
freedom, a new mindset where you feel like, okay, been there, done that, learn these lessons, and let me go out and just kind of do me. I've raised my children. You know, you
Right.
may be married or dating or what have you, but you've even learned lessons when it comes to relationships. So
Mhm.
you are living your best life. I believe life starts after 50. After 50.
I
You're not
agree.
asking for anybody for permission for anything. You just doing you and loving life. And I absolutely love it. So I feel more free now than I ever have in my life.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you, and I'm also agreeing with Gail Dudley. Hey, Gail. Yes, it is freedom. When you
Yes.
turn 50, it's like I don't care. This is it.
Hey, this is me. This is me. So there you go. There you go. So yes, you're definitely living your best life. I went back to school after 50. You know, you can have a career change because yes, that's when I went to get my esthetician license. So you can
Oh,
have
okay.
a career change after 50. I mean, you could, get remarried after 50.
You
Whatever,
can do a lot.
buy
I
your home, whatever you want to do.
I got a new home.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Living
Yeah.
your best life. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm working out and taking care of myself, and because gravity is real,
Mhm.
it is very real. So
Mhm.
yeah, you have to do those things to kind of keep things together. But yeah, I'm loving life now.
I
Loving.
love, like, and this is as a wife, mother, and multifaceted entrepreneur. How do you, and we already know how you keep yourself rejuvenated in order to keep going. I know it's God, but tell us a little bit more what just motivates you and excites you and your
Okay.
family. This beautiful husband. I don't know him, but I just know him because of just.
He is, but you froze up. So repeat the question, please.
I said, how do you rejuvenate yourself as a mother, multifaceted entrepreneur, wife? How do you keep yourself rejuvenated in order to keep going? Because just being real, sometimes it just gets tough. But what keeps you motivated? What keeps you inspired? Just to want to just keep doing, being the fabulous Dr. Faye.
Oh, thank you. We talked a little bit about, what motivates me, what drives
Mhm.
me, but what rejuvenates me is I am huge on my alone time. I
Oh.
have to have my me time, and I don't care if that's in the form of a staycation or me just coming up here, and this is my office slash prayer room. This rug right
Mhm.
here probably got more
Uh-oh.
anointing oil on it. So this is my space. This is my sanctuary right here. I'll come
Mhm.
up here 5 o'clock in the morning and play my worship music and meditate, and that's what kind of keeps me grounded. I have to have that, and then
Mhm.
you have to have your circle around you that can
Mhm.
pull you up when you're having those low moments, because you will have them. You will have your valley experiences,
Mhm.
but that's when your circle becomes so crucial and so important. And you mentioned my husband. Yes, his chest is my safe place. I
Yes.
cry and I can tell him what's bothering me or what's not working, and I just draw strength from him. So even if it's not your husband, if it's your best friend, you have to have somebody that you can draw some strength from, that won't let you have a pity party for too long and say, okay, you
Mhm.
gotta snap out of this. You can do it. Get
Mhm.
up. It's gonna be okay. Try it again tomorrow. So you have to have that tough love. So those are the things that rejuvenate me and keep me going. And then you need an accountability partner.
You
Somebody.
do.
Yeah, you do. You have to have that. Dr. Faith, did you do your website? Dr. Faith, did you finish that book? Dr. Faith, okay, I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. Okay, so you
Mhm.
have to have that. You have to have that.
Don't you love, like, that's part of when we talk about being in our 20s versus in our 40s, and how all the things that you're talking about, getting sleep, taking care of our skin, who we need, and it's all, if we can go back and talk to our 20-year self, our 30, even in our 30s, if we know now, what if we knew then what we know now, how important it is to have that prayer in alone time, and
Mhm.
just, and it's not being selfish. It's just necessary,
It's necessary.
when
It's
I say it's necessary, just to, I just need a minute just to just unplug and just to celebrate. I mean, I love having that time to myself, Dr. Faith, just to celebrate me and just to love on me,
love on me and fill me back up, whatever that looks like for you. And then
Mhm.
that way you're not trying to give from an empty cup. You know,
Right.
you're full. So the overflow, yeah, now you can bless everybody else. Everybody is better off when I am full and when I'm at peace. You know, I'm everything is just fine. It's just fine. It's just fine. Let's just do life. Let's go. But I have to have that me time. And that's daily. I don't miss a
Exactly.
day. I don't miss a day. Yes, yes. Taking some time for me. It's self care, and they can call it selfish. Doesn't matter to me. I'm taking it because I need that. I need
Mhm.
that. That's
Mhm.
crucial for me,
And
especially what I'm called to do. I have to have that.
and if you're sharing and liking and chatting with us tonight, we encourage you both to do. If you're not taking time with yourself, then you need to start doing it like now.
Like now, like
That's the theme for our year, for Hope this year. Is the year of now. It's just, there's an urgency, just whatever that year is, of to do something now.
mm-hmm,
Do it. If you want to travel, if you
mm-hmm,
want whatever it is,
mm-hmm,
do it. Spend that time with yourself. Go
mm-hmm.
on that vacation. Just whatever. We want you to embrace it and to really just fall in love with yourself again. That's okay.
Yes, absolutely. Love
Yes,
that lady that's
fall in
looking
love
at
with
you in
yourself.
the mirror. Absolutely.
Yes,
And you and I are
fall
so
in love.
on the same page with the now. I mean, just it's now.
It's
This is
now.
yeah, this is the year. Shoot your shot. Do your thing. This is your now.
This
This is
is
your
it.
now. You were asking God, give me a sign. This is your sign.
This is
Okay?
this
Yes.
is this is this year. That's it. And that's when I was in prayer. I kept thinking, oh, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? And I didn't even have it until the beginning of this year. I was like, I haven't really got what it is that he wants for Hope. And then that dropped in my spirit that this is the year of now.
Mhm, mhm,
Embrace the moment. You
mhm,
you better seize it. You better do it now. So yeah.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Write that book. So if you got another book in you, whatever, you better write it.
Now. Do
Yeah.
it now. And
Okay.
sis, I don't know if it's happening in your life, but I am attending too many funerals of people that are not much older than I
And
am.
that's it,
And
that's what's going on.
you
Yes,
know, and it's sad that you would get motivated from a service, but that does motivate you. Whatever you're gonna do, you better do it now.
exactly.
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
agree.
yes.
That's exact. I think that's kind of the sentiment all everybody is saying, having that same. It's just like, wait a minute, these people are my age. These, younger.
Or younger.
Yes,
Mhm,
yes.
mhm.
So now is the time. How can our audience connect and follow you, Dr. Faith? And first, let's talk about how we can follow you, and then share with us how we can shop on your store and all that good stuff.
Okay, wonderful. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, Truth by Dr. Faith or Speaking by Faith. If
Okay.
you want additional information on coaching or speaking or what have you, you can go right to the website, speakingbyfaith.com. You can fill out a form to get in touch with me. There's an 800 number to get in touch with me. You can also get on my calendar for a complimentary consultation if it's things that you want to talk about. If anything that I said resonated with you, definitely let's get on a chat and let's talk about it.
And before we do that, and we have a few things I really want to highlight too, um, for Dr. Faith. She has Truth by Dr. Faith, medical grade skincare. April 30th to the 4th, May 4th, she's speaker educator, Reclaiming My Life 3-day women's retreat in
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana, Dominican Republic. April 14th to 15th, she's speaker and educator, Unveiling Women's Movement in Dallas. She has two new ebooks available now on Amazon, Fear of What and Living Beautifully You.
Yes.
And so these are just a few of all the amazing things. And of course, as she says, to follow and connect with her. If you're looking for someone to stir up your spirit and stir up that gift that's in you, then I encourage you to definitely follow Dr. Faith. She's just a jewel. I just remember reaching out through a mutual connect, and she just said yes. She didn't know me from Adam, as they say, and I said, hey, I just want to do, she said, I have somebody that would be great as a podcast person with you. And she said absolutely. And to be able to have this time with you tonight, sis, has just really been a blessing, and I thank you so
Oh,
much for saying yes.
oh my goodness. You always get a yes from me. Always. Just give me the date. You always get a yes from me.
Yeah, so thank you again for joining us. And please share. This will be available. This wonderful chat will be available. I even would like to gift, a few of our readers or people who are watching tonight with a couple of Dr. Faith's products, because I think it is definitely essential for us. So yes, I plan to do that. So thank you so much, Dr. Faith. And I appreciate you. Oh, do you have anything else to say before we head out?
I just want to again thank you and your listeners. I'm so proud of everything that you're doing. So again, thank you for this opportunity just to share a little bit of my heart, a little bit of my life, a little bit of my journey, and hopefully your listeners were blessed by it. And again, I'm available if they need anything, if they have more skincare questions, if they want to go to the website, they can read more about the products at truthbydrfaith.com. Or, like I said, just get in touch with me. I'm an open book, and I want us all to win. That is my mission in life.
And that's the absolute truth. So thank you so much, beautiful. You have a wonderful evening, and thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Again, thank you all so much for joining. You can have a recap of the show. Make sure that in our chat, I'm sure that we'll be sharing a little bit more, or looking into how you can connect with Dr. Faith. Be sure to check out our YouTube channels and our Facebook at Hope for Women, and our Instagram at Hope Mag. Follow us on Twitter, Hope Mag, and just go to our website, of course, at hopeforwomenmag.com. And again, I appreciate you. I wouldn't be, Hope wouldn't be here 17 years without you. So thank you so much. You all have a good night. See you next Tuesday.